look at that. Live yet again, one more time. Hey, so what did you say? Hey there. You haven't actually been live.
No, this will be my first time ever going live. So I guess none of us won the lottery over the weekend. That's why we're showing up here on Monday.
I would have probably done this even if I'd probably been here by myself. If I'd have won the lottery. I didn't know, was it like a big number or something?
Oh, it is. It was huge. Everybody was talking about it. Yeah, it was like in the billions or something. But I think there's 2 people. I don't know. But I think my daughter checked my ticket on the table that I left. And she said, Mom, you got one number.
So you get like 75 cents or something?
No, I don't think so.
No. Well, good morning, Anna Hong. What are you up to?
Not much, just working.
Of course. Well, thank you for volunteering today to be the actually the inaugural guinea pig for. We're going to do a live digital footprint audit.
Okay, you know that the thing that you always say, right? I can suck, but I cannot quit.
Yes.
So go ahead.
Yes.
Dissect me.
Yes. There you go. There you go. Well, and I mean, we actually did meet because we had a lot of Venn diagram overlap as far as our friend group and everything. So you came up in my feed, tagged with somebody else in real estate and mortgage. And I was just making fun of your profile because a lot of it is just fitness stuff.
Yeah.
And there is a tendency in the world of social media for people to lean into what gets them the most attention.
Right.
Versus what actually gets business. Mm-hmm. And so that was kind of my thing. I was like, man, I figured your Instagram messages must be just ridiculous.
But the thing is, you have to have attention first before you can actually present what is it that you're trying to sell.
Fair enough. Yes. Yeah. And so now, obviously, I know that now, but at the beginning, it was like one of those things.
It wasn't my attention, but yeah.
Yes, it was definitely a way to get attention. So what I have done is, now we live in the age of AI and everything under the sun is just going to be done by the robots for us. So what we're doing here is, so now you're with EXP, so you have dual licenses, mortgage and real estate.
Real estate.
And so obviously you're fancy. You just went to Europe, all that stuff. You like fancy things. So, and every real estate agent wants to be a luxury agent.
Right.
Or let's put it this way. The vast majority want to be. And so
who wouldn't, right? Who wouldn't?
Right.
But I think it's also because of the lifestyle that you want to convey. Is you cannot, again, everybody like luxury stuff, right? But I do in my real life, and I live up to that.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. Where I'm kind of the opposite. We're like, it doesn't really. I'm not really motivated by that.
Yeah.
And like my car is just thrashed, and it's my office. And now I actually did get it washed and detailed for the first time since COVID, or maybe pre-COVID.
Oh my God. Damn you.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Oh, not kidding. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. I have a tendency to see a lot of things as functional, and not really anything beyond that. And now I was always a guitar guy, not a car guy. So growing, so like I have 17 guitars around my house, and there's room for 17 more, and I could always justify that, but like justifying the car, it just wasn't me.
All right.
So now back to you.
Okay.
So what we've done is, or what I've done with the help of the robot overlords, is we're doing a digital footprint audit. So one of the things is everything's changing. The world, the market, the way that people find you, the way that people interact with you, etc. And what we try to do a lot of times is to have what's on the label match what's in the can. And so for you, it would go right back to exactly how you came up in my feed originally. And it was the combination of workout stuff and hustle porn, which is like really all my feed. Well, my feed is guitars, guys punching each other in the face, and hustle porn. That's my total. That's the sum total of my feed.
Okay.
So what I did was I had GPT do a audit, they basically audit digital footprint from Anna Hong, DFW Realtor with EXP.
Right.
It's very simple, because what I wanted to see was, okay, what does the robot find when it looks for you in the most bare bones search term? And so it actually gives you the affiliate listings and essentially like who you're with, where you're at, and what you do, but in a very broad brush.
Right.
So if anybody looked for you, and like, hey, who is a luxury agent in Collin County, North Dallas, etc. What we want to do is game the system, or at least use it to our advantage as far as how do we make that come out to be you. And so like here, you have a Facebook page. Obviously, you already know all these things, but it's telling us, mortgage broker EXP.
No, but that's pretty cool. So
yes.
basically, I do exist.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's if you.
So this is empirical evidence that you do in fact exist.
Yes.
And video and multimedia. So we actually, what's cool is some of the stuff we've already done is popping up. So that tells us at the very least, the tip of the iceberg is legitimate as far as what we're doing.
Yeah.
And the idea is, one of my philosophies ongoing is nobody knows who you are, advertise more. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people get hung up on I don't want to seem salesy, or I don't want to seem pushy, or I don't want to seem conceited. I don't want to seem full of myself.
Right.
And the truth is, do you actually ever stop down to do that with anybody that's in your feed? I don't care. I just keep going until something catches my attention.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're after. Let's see what it's here. Real estate breakthroughs you can't miss. Anna Hong speaks. So these would be things that we've posted. So like the fact that you are popping up on the radar is a good sign. And your TikTok presence, it's engagement, short form content. You got lots of likes, but is that not the workout routine stuff?
It's all TikTok. Okay. TikTok is completely like when I first created my account on TikTok, it's nothing business related. So I don't ever put anything real estate on there.
So what's the philosophy there?
It was just for fun. It was really just for fun because I do have the Instagram and Facebook just dedicated for real estate and business, and I really want just one side of the social platforms where I can just go in there and post without even thinking. That's what it is. Yeah. That's
now,
what it
is there a reason why you wouldn't throw? So so shout out to Corey at Random. So he is our man on the streets. He's our video coach. You've already been several times.
I met him.
Yes.
Nice guy.
And so you were there the last time when we did the fall out of the sky video and the tutorial and all of that. So you now know that his philosophy is you do, like for him, it would be like whatever's trending.
Right.
And ain't nobody got time for that to figure that out on a daily basis. But for you, it would be the workout stuff. It would be the fact that it's the discipline. And there would be a way to slip the real estate stuff, the mortgage stuff in between all of that.
Yeah.
Because the idea is, okay, like if you're getting the attention, why not leverage that to your advantage?
So I can think that far, but then the rest would be your expertise kind of to help me get all of that in.
Yes.
Together.
And so that's exactly what we're doing today. So part of the strategy is we do things like this where we will now have bulk content.
Right.
And we're doing it's interview style, subject matter expert style, but it's also a way to take and compress the time frame. So like if you come in for an hour and we talk for 20 or 30 minutes, we will get, last week we probably got, I don't know.
Wow, you sent me 15, 20 short videos?
Yes.
I haven't had a chance to look at it.
Right. And so that's where the time frame comes in because think about it. What if you would have tried to make all of those yourself?
I can not.
Right.
That's the honest truth. Yeah, I cannot. Yeah.
And so the concept here is now we're going to start being intentional. So we have a backlog. So there's a method to the madness here in that we have a backlog of content.
Yeah.
Because we come in and now for us, it's just conversational and sort of off the top of the head, based on whatever's going on right then and there. But we try to do it in a way that makes it evergreen where you'll get the most mileage out of it based on the short little, like a filet. If you think of we're just going to cut the filet out. And then the rest of it, like here where we're talking and it's kind of superfluous and doesn't really serve a purpose in the moment, but it's the glue that ties it all together.
Yeah.
And so the idea is now we'll start auditing this, say once a month or every 6 weeks. So right now we're going to timestamp that. You got 319 followers and 7,000 likes on TikTok. Now we're going to look at what we've got in the back catalog of dropping stuff in. Then we kind of A/B, see what works. And also I have the VAs right now are uploading B-roll. Because what I really want to work on with you is taking the things that get you attention.
Okay.
And leveraging that.
Yes.
Because one, we already know that gets you attention.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's that's why I had you send me like the workout videos and stuff like that, to where, okay, now we can throw that over top of when you're in here talking about the discipline that it takes. That like some days it sucks, some days you hate it.
Yeah.
You know, like today, it wasn't, yeah.
No, today is one of the days that you kind of have to push through. I have to push through. Yeah, but it felt great after I did it because, you know, just one of the things.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of the perception management that people engage in on social media is everything's a highlight reel. Like nothing ever sucks. Nobody ever has a bad day. Shit never goes wrong.
We go through bad moments throughout the days. Yeah. So like, you know, it's a multiple, but again, we don't let one bad moment ruin the whole day.
Right.
Yeah.
But the other thing is most people wouldn't even talk about the bad moments, which is one of the reasons why I like going live, where it just becomes conversational and it just sort of flows.
Just like agents, you know, go online and say, oh, I have a listing, but 6 months later, the listing hasn't sold and nobody talk about it.
Right. Right. Or you lose the listing, or any number of pitfalls on the roller coaster, as far as it's never the same thing. And, you know, I saw on one of the Hustle Porn feeds where it was, if you're an entrepreneur, which essentially all of us are in the real estate world to some degree. I mean, unless you actually work for a company and go to a place and do a thing and get a check.
Right.
But the rest of us are, you eat what you kill.
Yeah.
And I saw this thing where I was like, holy, it said, if you are in that world, it is likely you will never have 2 good days in a row.
No.
And I was like, dude, that
is very
speaking
true.
my language. However, we are now going to be more intentional on your content. We're going to also try different things where one of the things that we'll do.
Believe it or not, I've been trying to be very intentional. But again, there's so much that a person can do or I can do on my own. That's why, you know, if you guys are thinking about branding yourself, then, you know, come to studioUSA, you know, have a conversation with Rick and his team. They're gonna do the whole evaluation, and you can know right now where you're standing.
Yes, and again, I thank you for being the guinea pig and the volunteer, because now what we'll do is, okay, so we're going to timestamp all of this stuff, and then we're going to look at constructing hooks. So one of the things is have you come in and bring like a couple of change of clothes, and we'll use the green screen to actually do, and we'll document all of this. So this will also be kind of ongoing. So it'll almost be like a twofold thing where we'll talk live about what we're about to do.
Right.
Then we will do the content, and then we'll circle back live the next time and see like what worked, what didn't work.
Okay.
So the idea I want to marry now is, okay, so if we have a gigantic back catalog of, you know, 15 to 30 second clips, okay, cool. But what we need are visual hooks. So one of the things that Tanner and I have been kind of obsessed with now, him more so than me, is the idea of that 3-second visual hook. And this also comes from Corey.
Yeah,
like,
from
you know,
Corey, yeah.
So you saw like the fall out of the sky thing.
Yes,
it's like, okay, everybody's going to look at that.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, now you got them. Now what are we going to do after that? So then we will start test driving the idea of, here's the visual hook. It's like, oh, you pop up out of the floor, or you fall through the sky. Then it becomes informational after that.
Yeah.
And then also we blend that in with the lifestyle stuff. So we got, you know, like last week. So I have the Rome footage and all that. So that'll go. So that'll be one. That'll be the first one.
Yeah,
and then what I wanted to show is there is actually a method to this. And this also ties in with Corey's coaching, you know, because I don't have the bandwidth or the patience to go down every rabbit hole as far as what's trending. And like for me, I can feel myself losing my mind if I look at TikTok.
If you look at TikTok.
Like I don't even know how many followers we have or any of that stuff. The VAs do it.
Okay.
Partly because I end up, you know, and TikTok is one of those things where it's like, it will just give you more of what you like.
Right.
And I have a tendency to like things that piss me off. Or not
Who
like
does
them.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, but I engage. It's like the irritainment. It's like, oh, this really irritates me, but it also like makes me engage.
Yeah.
And so that'll ruin your day within like 90 minutes. So I avoid that. So there's the self-awareness that comes after doing that enough to where like I'm pissed off because I saw some TikTok about some stupid thing that has no bearing on my life, yet it'll draw me off sides. So, but hey, that's how it works. And so that's how you know it works.
Yeah.
So we're going to take that, we're going to flip it, and we're going to make it to where whatever gets you the attention, we're going to emphasize what's on the label matches what's in the can. That's the overarching philosophy. And then it's like, okay, for each individual, how are we going to manipulate? And I don't mean that in a malicious way or like in a deceitful way. I mean, how are we going to manipulate who you are, what you like, and what you do in a way that gets attention, that then actually ties into the business.
Yeah.
And that's one of Corey's strengths is the idea of he is sitting up in the middle of the night looking at Google Trends and A/Bing 13 different YouTube channels.
That is dedication. That is like commitment. I
that is
cannot do that.
Right.
Yeah.
That is
I'm
a
just like you
particular
in
kind
a
of
way.
madness.
Yeah. I don't look at trending. Is everything I put out there is basically is what I do and what I like.
Right.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Right. And so now we'll take that. And because first off, that's easier and that's going to come natural because that's what you're already doing because that's who you are. You know, and so then when we get down here and we get our recommendations for the audit and improvement, consolidate branding across platforms. That's why TikTok is now going to be part and parcel of your normal deal.
Okay.
And then boost
I will have
TikTok
to do
engagement. Gather and showcase reviews. So anybody that you have that you've worked with in the past that
Yeah.
would be willing to say like,
True.
Anna is awesome. And then one of the assignments that I've given you is we're going to start having you do the homework of, okay, get us the luxury builders that you want to get involved with. And then we are going to invite them to be
Okay.
interviewed by you here.
Yeah.
Because that'll be a game changer. And I don't know anybody anywhere, anytime that is trying to sell something that won't say like, yes, I will be interviewed by you so you can put out my name and face and brand everywhere. Nobody's going to turn that down.
No, nobody's going to turn that down. If somebody approached me and, hey, Anna, get on, we do want to do some interview with you.
duh.
I
Like,
say, yeah.
What am I doing? What are we doing right here?
Yeah. Is it
Yes.
at studioUSA? Yeah, I say yes to that.
Bam. That's what I'm talking about. So that is the plan. And then we're going to look at additional platforms. And then we'll also start to tell a little bit more long form stuff about you personally and your story on YouTube.
I haven't. YouTube is something that I haven't really touched. And,
And so that's another thing because I love the idea of we start from scratch and let's see if it works.
Okay.
You know, because I ain't married to any of this. You know what I mean?
Right.
None of this hurts my feelings. If it sucked, it didn't work, whatever.
No, it's okay that, we can change. We can evolve.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So then branding, we're going to do the luxury identity lock-in, high-end visuals, and then we'll start doing a little bit of hyper-local where we'll look to see what we have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're going to have a backlog of footage and stuff like that. And we also have, where I can send crews and the team out to like go shoot stuff. But more importantly, what we want is the luxury builders to come and they bring their marketing materials. So now this is all hypothetical. This could all just totally not work and totally suck and be a...
Hey, but at least we are sitting here.
Well, yes, I do believe the universe rewards effort.
Yeah.
So there's something to be said for doing something regardless of what the outcome might be. And just you head in a direction that is either positive just as a default or from a curiosity standpoint where it's like, oh, it's a learning experience. It's not like a make or break or live or die.
That's true. Yeah. Because I told you at the beginning, right? In the back of my head, I always wanted someone that can help me put my online presence together. And then, boom, you get into my feed and then we connected.
Yes.
And now I'm sitting here. So, yep, I think...
how crazy is that?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
And so now this is going to be essentially our little project moving forward.
Okay.
And so now you're live and you're telling everybody that you're going to do your homework. You're going to get me those builders. And then, because again, what we want is to utilize their marketing materials because that gives us a whole nother level of content to use that is brand specific to them. So it makes it easier for everybody.
Yeah.
And it also makes it on brand for them because it's their stuff.
It is their stuff, yeah.
So that's our next little chapter. And then we're also going to do visual hooks on the green screen. We'll document that. So this will be the ongoing process. And thank you for going live with me today.
You are welcome. Anytime.
Yes. Awesome. We make this up as we go. And so we shall return in, let's say, another week or two. So next week we'll make more content.
Okay.
And in 2 weeks we will come back and we will report on what we've done.
Okay. Sounds good.
Now we're on the hook. Has to happen.
Yeah.
Awesome.